Good evening, Belize. A brazen attack near Guatemalan border. Shots fired at former area representative Milin Espat. A quiet Placencia neighborhood turns deadly as a suspect is charged in the stabbing death of a banana farm manager. At the National Assembly, tempers flare as senators battle over the 2026 budget and controversial tax breaks for BSI. And later, boots, grit, and glory. The Belize Defense Force claims the 2026 Wonder Woman title. These stories and more. News 5 starts now.
Here are some interesting facts. Did you know the national ID is a unique number that connects your record across ministries? Trusted proof of identity. A tool to access public service faster. a gateway to digital government services, and a way to eliminate online fraud and identity theft.
The Belize National ID.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Friday, March 27th. I am Sabrina Daly. Former Cayo West Area Representative Jorge Melin-Espat says someone fired shots at him while he was on his family's property near the Belize-Guatemala adjacency zone. Espat says the incident happened on Belizean territory and that he was lawfully carrying a licensed firearm at the time. He claims the gunfire came from across the border on the Guatemalan side. According to Espat, Guatemalan authorities arrived shortly after and conducted checks in the area. Despite reports and videos circulating online, he says authorities detained no one. In a social media post, Espat stressed his right to access his property and said he will not be intimidated. While he praised Guatemalan authorities for what he described as a professional and courteous response, Espat has not filed a report with Belizean police. Here's ASP Stacey Smith with police's response so far.
I have spoken to the officer in command of Bengueviejo Tom, who has advised me that he became aware of the situation via social media. He confirmed that Mr. Espat did not make any report to the Bengueviejo police station, and the commander indicated that he will be reaching out to Mr. Espat to get his commentary on it. The commander of Bengueviejo also told me that he had reached out to the officials in the bordering town of Xochitán, I believe, and they in fact confirmed that there was a disturbance, but they did not provide much information aside from that.
Can you say what is the protocol for dealing with an investigation in that adjacency zone area for police?
Certainly a police report would need to be given to initiate any actions, but I believe this is a question that could be better answered by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, as it's if the circumstances are as they are said to be in the social media realm. I believe it is one that touches and concerns the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and they would be better poised to answer this question.
The incident once again puts a spotlight on ongoing tensions along the adjacency zone and raises fresh concerns about the safety of Belizeans who live and work near the border. We contacted Melin-Espat today for comment, but he declined, saying he does not want to make the matter bigger than it already is. Police have taken a suspect into custody in the fatal stabbing of a banana farm manager in Placencia. 51-year-old Rolando Vindas Quespedes, a Costa Rican national and general manager of Fife's Banana Farm, was stabbed multiple times at his home along Placencia Road on Thursday morning. Emergency responders rushed him to the Placencia Polyclinic, where doctors later pronounced him dead. Investigators say the suspect, a man known to the victim who lives nearby, is now in custody. Police say a knife believed to be the murder weapon has been recovered, and they expect to lay charges soon, but are still working to determine a motive. Here's ASP Stacey Smith with more details.
Police have detained one male person in connection with an ongoing investigation into a stabbing incident which resulted in the death of 51-year-old Rolando Vidas Cespedas, a Costa Rican national and general manager of Fife's Banana Farm. The ongoing investigation commenced on Thursday, 26 March 2025 at around 8:30 a.m. when Placencia police received a report of a stabbing incident at a residence located on Placencia Road in Stan Creek District. The officers proceeded to that location where they encountered Cespedes with several wounds to the body. He was rushed to the Placencia Polyclinic. However, he later succumbed to the injuries that he sustained. Though police have detained a male person and we anticipate that an arrest will be forthcoming, we do not have a motive at this time.
Was there any known relationship between the suspect and the victim?
The extent to which I can comment with that question is that we believe that the suspect was familiar with the victim given the proximity within which they reside. I cannot comment if the relationship was something more than that.
Turning now to an incident that has puzzled grieving family members and friends of Andy Suazo. Police say evidence now points to an accidental shooting in the death of the Camalote resident, even as the investigation continues. Early reports offered conflicting accounts, raising questions about what led to the fatal incident. Police now say they have recorded statements, recovered the firearm, and gathered evidence that suggests the shooting was unintentional. Still, investigators stress the case remains open because the post-mortem could not conclusively explain how the shooting occurred. Police say they will continue to follow the evidence wherever it leads.
As it relates to the investigation pertaining to Mr. Suazo, what I can say is that several statements have been recorded, both open statement and caution statement, and the post-mortem examination has been conducted. Those have formed the part of a case file, and it will be forwarded for guidance. However, the indication, as was stated before, is that it is suspected to have been an accident, and the evidence that we have gathered so far is in support of that. However, it is not a close investigation. We continue to investigate this matter in the interest of being thorough. We have recovered the firearm. We have recorded open statement and caution statement. The post-mortem examination, the doctor was not able to conclusively come down on any position either side. So it is still an ongoing investigation, and where the evidence takes us, that is where we will go.
Police have arrested and charged a suspect in the fatal shooting of a Guinea grass teenager following a violent barroom dispute on Sunday night. Investigators say an argument broke out inside a village bar and escalated when one of the men involved was escorted out. Police say he returned a short time later with a firearm and opened fire toward the establishment. 18-year-old Noe Batoun was struck and later died from his injuries. Authorities have now charged 45-year-old farmer Rodel Jesus Cruz with murder. Police say Cruz holds a licensed firearm, but investigators have not yet confirmed whether that weapon was used in the deadly shooting.
As a consequence of the ongoing investigation into the shooting death of Noe Batoun, which occurred on 22nd March 2026 in Guinea Grass Village, Orange Walk District, police have formally arrested and charged 45-year-old Rodel Jesus Cruz, a Belizean farmer of Guinea Grass Village, for the crime of murder. I can confirm that Mr. Cruz is the holder of a firearm license for a shotgun. That's it.
Was the shotgun the weapon of the murder weapon?
That has not been conclusively ascertained. As more information is known and they become necessary to be shared, that will be done.
Police are investigating a brazen roadside shooting that left 31-year-old Belize City resident Javon Clare injured on Wednesday night. According to authorities, Clare was driving toward Belize City when his vehicle came under fire near mile 32 on the George Price Highway, forcing his Chevy Equinox off the road, where officers later found it riddled with bullet holes. Police say the gunman, believed to be an unidentified male in another vehicle, fled the scene.
Police are investigating a shooting incident which resulted in the injury of 31-year-old Javon Clare of Belize City. The investigation commenced on Wednesday, 25th March 2026 at about 8 o'clock p.m. when police responded to reports of shots being fired in the vicinity of mile 33 along the George Price Highway. Police responded to that report where they observed a Chevy Equinox, which was some 200 yards off the highway, and it exhibited apparent bullet holes. What has been gathered so far in the course of this ongoing investigation is that Claire was driving from the direction of Belmopan City towards Belize City, where upon reaching mile 32, the vehicle he was traveling in was fired upon by an unknown male person who was on board another vehicle. Police investigation into this matter continues.
In other crime news, a targeted police operation in Belmopan has landed a government employee behind bars and uncovered a sizable drug stash. Police say officers moved in on a home in the Piscine area of the capital and found more than 16 pounds of cannabis neatly packed and ready for distribution. The resident, 45-year-old public officer Andrew Wade, is now under arrest and facing charges of possession of controlled drugs with intent to supply.
Police have formally arrested and charged Andrew Wade, a 45-year-old public servant of Belmopan City, for the offense of possession of controlled drugs with intent to supply to another. The arrest follows police's execution of a search warrant at a residence in the Piscine area of Belmopan in the presence of Mr. Wade. This search resulted in the discovery of 10 parcels of suspected cannabis, which, when weighed, amounted to 16.3 pounds.
Was this in an area or a home that had been where arrests or so had been made before, or that had been searched previously?
I am not able to confirm that if searches were conducted previously or if it resulted in discoveries previously, but I am grateful to hear you say that police officers often conduct search based on intelligence and surveillance and not just haphazardly.
Police say the discovery reinforces their strategy of acting on solid intelligence rather than arbitrary searches. After the break, we'll tell you why Senator Kevin Herrera calls the fuel tax hike unconscionable.
Hello, friends. I'm Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word. The Bible says, "For we are laborers together with God." The secret to living in a successful society is learning to link your life up with others. Once a famous organist was to give several concerts using an old-fashioned pump organ. The bellows of the organ had to be pumped by hand, so the organist hired a young boy to stand behind the organ and pump while he played. After the first concert, the boy said to the organist, "We played good tonight." "What do you mean, we? I was the one who played, not you," replied the organist. When the organist sat down to begin the next concert, no sound came out of the organ. It suddenly dawned on him that there was no air in the bellows. The organist whispered to the boy behind the organ, "Pump." The boy responded in a whisper, "Say we." When you find a great church, a great school, a great country, a great athletic team, a great band, you will discover that it is not just because of its leader, but because of the people behind the leader who have learned the secret of cooperation. Link your life to others, and most importantly to Jesus Christ, who wants your life to have purpose. Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Christian Foundations of Faith in cooperation with the Baptist churches in your area.
25 years ago, the journey began. The systems were smaller, the tools were simpler, but the mission was already clear: to provide reliable water and wastewater solutions that communities could depend on. Through dedication and hard work, a strong foundation was built, one that continues to serve our Belizeans today. Responsible wastewater management plays a vital role in protecting our environment. Through treatment, monitoring, and careful system management, Belize Water Services helps safeguard the natural assets that define our country. This commitment ensures that development and environmental protection move forward together. Behind every connection is a team of dedicated professionals. engineers, technicians, operators, and support personnel work daily to keep systems running safely and efficiently. We also extend our sincere thanks to our customers for their trust and continued support. Your confidence in us has allowed us to grow, improve, and serve communities across the country. Together we support homes, schools, healthcare facilities, and businesses, helping to build healthy communities and drive national progress. A legacy of service, excellence today, innovating for the future, 25 years of progress.
Insurance fact. Did you know Home Protector Insurance provides liability insurance that is for licensing? Public liability insurance for the hotels and guest houses protects the guests staying at the resort. Tour operators insurance for on-site tourists and marine passenger liability for passengers. You take care of your guests, we'll take care of you. Visit any Home Protector Insurance office near you to learn more.
Connection isn't something you switch on. It's something you build together.
Connected through culture.
Culture isn't preserved in silence. It's kept alive through participation.
Connected through education.
Education doesn't always look like a classroom. Sometimes it looks like someone taking the time to teach and someone else choosing to learn.
Connected through sports.
Before the wins, before the applause, there's belonging. Here, young people learn more than how to play. They learn how to stand together.
Connected through community.
Community isn't a campaign, it's showing up. Not once, but every time it matters.
Connected through you.
Behind every connection is a person who cares. People who listen. People who stay. We don't just connect services, we connect you to your world.
Connected through every chapter.
SMART, bringing people together.
The Social Security Board's new whistleblower reporting system makes it easy and confidential to speak up by reporting misuse of the Social Security services and benefits, including fraud, misconduct, false claims, and more. If you know of any unethical or illegal activity relating to SSB benefits, claims, or personnel, go to ssbspeakup.integrityline.com or use our toll-free hotline 0800-SPEAK-UP, 0800-773-2587. This confidential reporting system is a way for you to report concerns or incidents privately without fear of reprisal. Your submission is confidential and anonymous. The Social Security Board is committed to providing a secure, confidential medium for whistleblowing that promotes organizational accountability and enhances public confidence in our services.
After days of heated debate in the House, the budget discussion shifted to the Senate today with a much more sober tone. Lead Government Senator Eamon Courtney opened by warning that Belize faces a rough global climate. He pointed to rising geopolitical tensions, shaky markets, trade disruptions, and a weakening rules-based world order. Courtney said those global pressures could hit Belize's revenue and spending hard, stressing that this budget must be judged against an increasingly unpredictable global economy.
As a small, open economy, Belize is affected by the world economic changes and trade dynamics. Today we witness a rules-based order that is in decline. It has prevailed for years, but in the word of one Prime Minister, it is ruptured. And as a result of that, instability and uncertainty abound. We are witnessing, Madam President, a significant increase in protectionism. Protectionist measures, tariff disputes, and a ruptured international trading system, which presents serious headwinds for the world and specifically for Belize. I say that, Madam President, because we have to be realistic and to know that the estimates, revenue and expenditure that are currently contained in the budget book will no doubt be questioned. Those projections will have to account for the effects of the war in Iran.
The budget debate heated up quickly after Senator Courtney warned of global instability. Opposition parliamentarian Patrick Faber wasted no time firing back, accusing the government of sending confusion and concerning signals to Belizeans. Faber challenged Courtney's gloomy picture of the international economy, arguing it clashes with the administration's repeated promises to the public. He said talk of global uncertainty raises doubts about whether key commitments like teachers' salary adjustments, free education, and expanded NHI coverage can realistically be delivered. To Faber, the warning signs are clear. The government, he said, is already laying the groundwork to scale back expectations.
So if indeed we were to believe a single word uttered by the Prime Minister and all those members of the House of Representatives on the government side last week or earlier this week, he just defeated it all. What he said, Madam President, and I hope that Belizeans were listening, is that given the uneasy, given the uncertain environment that we live in globally, that all of this could go away. So when they promise the teachers the additional portion of their raise, when they promised, and at 4%, they had gotten 4.5% already. When they promised the government schools, which they are not clear about, free education, when they promise NHI, when they make all of these promises, Madam President, and you begin by saying that, well, you know, things kind of iffy in the world, and so it all might pretty soon be unattainable. So, no, gear up. That's what he said, basically. And then he ends by saying, no worry, the budget robust enough to take on all of this. So I am confused, quite frankly, about his position.
Business Senator Kevin Herrera shifted the spotlight from politics to the numbers, raising a red flag over what he sees as a risky change in the government's fiscal strategy. Herrera told the Senate that the Briceño administration appears to be abandoning conservative budgeting in favor of a far more aggressive approach, one he warns may not match economic reality. He pointed out that government revenues fell short by $87 million last year, yet projections now show a sharp turnaround, with an additional $139 million expected by 2026. Herrera questioned how realistic those figures are, especially at a time when global conflict and economic uncertainty continues to rattle markets.
Now, Madam President, the government is projecting total revenues of $1.79 billion for 2026. This represents an increase over the past year's actual of $139 million, or this is an increase of around 8.4%. Madam President, this is an extremely critical issue in my view. This is what I believe makes this budget in many respects unrealistic. The government fell short in meeting its revenue target last year by $87 million, as I said. But this year it's saying that it will collect $139 million more. How is that even realistic? This was unrealistic even before the Iran-Israeli and US war, Madam President. It is much more unrealistic now. The entire global economy will take a major downturn if this unnecessary war does not come to an end soon. Belize will not be spared.
As Belizeans feel the squeeze at the pump, a new warning is coming from the Senate floor. Business Senator Kevin Herrera says the government is quietly cashing in on rising global oil prices, pointing to what he describes as a sharp spike in fuel-related tax revenues. Herrera claims the government's take at the pump has jumped by as much as 66% and warns it would be unconscionable for the administration to profit from an international crisis without easing the tax burden on drivers.
When oil was around $60 a barrel before the conflict, government collects overall an average of around 45% taxes on fuel. And so I'm not even looking at the add-ons, I'm just looking at the acquisition prices. At 45%, Madam President, government at $60 a barrel, government is collecting around $27 a barrel. Now, where we are right now with oil around $100 per barrel, government's take now is around 45% or $45 per barrel. This, if you want to look at what the take per gallon is around $6 per gallon. And this would be like a 66% increase, Madam President, on the price of fuel or on what government is taking. So the government is getting 66% more on fuel. I'm hoping that that adjustment will be made, Madam President, and I believe that it would be unconscionable for government to capitalize on this unfortunate situation that we're in. But I haven't seen that yet, and perhaps I haven't seen it yet.
The Upper House also clashed over proposed changes to the Sugar Industry Act that would extend tax and duty exemptions for Belize sugar industries. Lead Government Senator Eamon Courtney defended the move, saying it's critical to support the country's only sugar factory and protect its role in the economy. But Labour and opposition senators strongly objected. Union Senator Glenfield Dennison questioned whether the deal benefits a multinational company at the expense of cane farmers, while opposition Senator Patrick Faber flatly rejected the proposal, warning it would hand BSI sweeping tax breaks for another 10 years.
This bill is to, as it says, extend the current exemptions that are enjoyed by the Belize sugar industry, and the purpose is to ensure that we can give support to the factory that is the sole factory in the country that is currently grinding cane, producing molasses, producing sugar, and bagasse, all of which are vital for the economy of Belize. The factory requires these exemptions, the company requires these exemptions from taxes and duties in order for it to maintain its financial viability.
There is a double imbalance, if you were, Madam President, between the profits that are being retained by a multinational and that value is not currently being shared with the producers of sugarcane in accordance with the fair trade premiums that are being, for which our farmers have been certified under the BSCFA. That is a hot issue of contention up north, Madam President, and so I have to ask the question whether or not we're fighting for multinationals over farmers' rights.
I don't think that any senator in this chamber should support this bill. Let me begin there. What this bill does, and my friend Senator Dennison did a very good job of explaining it, but it's a very simple read. It grants exemptions for business tax for another 10 years. It removes withholding taxes on dividends, on interest, and technical services. It removes customs duties. It removes excise duties. It removes stamp duties.
The debate now heads to a vote, with senators sharply divided over whether long-term tax breaks keep the sugar industry alive or tip the scales against cane farmers. Coming up, teachers welcome the government's free education rollout, but they say there are strings attached. But first, here's the weather forecast for today.
The banking system in Belize continues to advance, and with it, the way we access foreign currency is transforming. Whether you're a business paying suppliers abroad or an individual paying for tuition, medical bills, or vacation, approvals to access foreign currency are now easier and can be done at an authorized dealer, your domestic bank. The Central Bank of Belize has expanded the Exchange Control Authority of domestic banks. Now, Atlantic Bank, Belize Bank, Heritage Bank, and the National Bank can approve and sell foreign currency requests up to 100,000 Belize dollars per transaction, all without prior central bank approval. That means no need to visit the central bank for approvals that are under 100,000 Belize dollars, saving you time, reducing delays, and making the process simpler. And in the case of traveling, you can now get up to the equivalent of 20,000 Belize dollars in foreign currency cash directly from your bank. While the central bank allows these limits, always check with your bank first to confirm availability. For all transactions, simply submit the required documents to your domestic bank. To learn more, contact your domestic bank, scan the QR code, or visit centralbank.org.bz. The Central Bank of Belize, committed in service to the people of Belize.
Your time is valuable. That's why SARA is coming. A modern revenue authority built to make managing your taxes simpler, faster, and more convenient than ever before. With SARA, you can expect improved services, from quicker responses to queries to faster processing of your tax refunds. No long waits. Filing or paying your taxes? With SARA, you'll be able to do it securely online at any time, from anywhere, thanks to us placing a greater focus on digital convenience and secure digital records. The SARA will also commit to consistent and fair application of tax laws via a risk-based audit and compliance strategy and increased data-driven reforms. With SARA, most of your tax business will be handled online, saving you time to focus on what matters most: your business, your family, your life. And if you need in-person help, SARA will still have staff ready to assist you at all satellite offices countrywide. SARA, tax services made simpler, faster, and more convenient for you.
farmer ready to adopt climate-smart practices? The future of farming is resilient, sustainable, and profitable, and we're here to help you achieve just that. Whether cultivating half an acre or 200 acres, DFC offers affordable financing options and a matching grant up to $12,000 for Window 1 and up to $60,000 for Window 2 to help make your farm climate smart, withstand unpredictable weather patterns, and adopt practices that enhance productivity and efficiency. This program is ideal for farmers and cooperatives. Women farmers are highly encouraged to take advantage. Join us in creating a resilient and sustainable agricultural future for Belize. Apply now and take the next step towards a stronger, greener tomorrow.
The government of Belize and the joint union negotiation team are headed back to the negotiation table. A meeting is scheduled for Monday between both parties. Representative for the BNTU on the negotiating team, Nadia Kaliz, told News 5 on Thursday that JUNT requested the meeting to clearly define its relationship with the government. Kaliz contends that while the government is implementing certain initiatives, JUNT members have been left out of the process.
We are meeting on Monday, but what we need to bring clarity to is the fact that we don't have a venue and a time as yet, so we're waiting on that. But we need to address some of the changes we see government making because certain conversations started on the JUNT table. And because of confidentiality, I don't want to go into detail. And we see them carrying on, implementing stuff and not including us. And so before we go to the left, we decided let's discuss on the table. But if government continues with this trend, then we'll have to respond. If we are partners, then let's act like we are partners. But don't say we are partners and we're not treated like partners. And that is the reason why JUNT requested that meeting.
The Belize National Teachers Union backs the government's rollout of free education in public high schools, but with a warning. Union President Nadia Kaliz says teachers' welfare must not be sidelined in the process. She's urging the Bersenio administration to balance free education with fair support for educators.
BNTU is a part of Education International and we support Go Public. Go Public talks about government funding public high schools and ensuring that all the resources are there. So with an initiative like that, the BNTU supports that. More students coming to school, the BNTU supports that. They are citizens of Belize. They deserve an education. It's talking secondary at this time. We support that. The only thing we don't want them to say is because they are doing this, they cannot adjust the challenges that educators are facing. We have to work hand in hand. And based on what happened yesterday at the teacher conference and the presentation the Ministry of Education gave, the BNTU is of the opinion that we will not be having any problem in achieving those things. It was a beautiful presentation. Through that presentation, we have seen where the ministry, in theory, is putting in place certain things to address the challenges. Our job now is to make certain that it becomes a reality.
And one of the topics that has been high on the priority list during these negotiations is pension reform. BNTU President Nadia Kaliz confirmed with News 5 negotiations are moving in the direction of a contributory pension scheme. She says that while there are no fundamental objections to this course of action, teachers and public officers want to ensure that they receive value for their contributions.
I listened to what the Prime Minister said as it pertains to that, and I also sit on that committee. For confidentiality purposes, there are certain things I can't say, but one thing I will say to you, yes, we are moving in the direction of contributory pension. I've already said that to my members and I'll speak to them about that again today, because if you want to see an improvement in your take home after retirement, then you have to be willing to contribute. So the BNTU position, in fact, not only the BNTU, but all the public sector workers union position is, if we are going to contribute, then members must take home more. And if we are going to contribute, the pension plan must be better than what it is right now. And the Constitution secures that. It's in the Constitution. Whatever we are given, when you reform the pension, it must be better than what exists today. And we're standing firm behind that. So, contribution is not the issue. is how much we will contribute and what are we going to get in return for that contribution.
Negotiators are zeroing in on pension reform with BNTU President Nadia Khalez. Still ahead, the Prime Minister takes services overseas, personally delivering passports and nationality documents to Belizeans abroad.
Smart for everybody. Smart leading everything. Smart give you everything. Smart offer everything. Smart give you everything. North to the east and the south and the west. Smart are the best. Darling, double up my data and give me all the text. In fact, give me a plan for my family. Unlimited calls, so me like it. And smart make everybody feel happy. Bringing people together, me want it now. Smart got love for everybody. Me want my smart plan. Want it right now. Me want my smart plan. Want it right now. More bundles, data plan. Me want my smartphone, internet in my hand. Cause me want my smart plan. Want it right now. Smart. Stay connected. Stay happy.
Here's what's coming up this Monday on Open Your Eyes. First, stay informed and protected this holiday as the Belize Police Department shares tips on keeping safe this Easter season. Then, we'll hear from the scientists in San Pedro Town for an inside look at the island's new sargassum strategy and what it means for residents and tourism. Next, University of Belize unveils the future of policy monitoring, putting information and accountability at your fingertips. And we end on a creative note by turning ideas into reality with Blank Canvas, showing you how to go from a blank canvas to an Easter masterpiece. Tune in Monday, March 30th at 6:30 a.m. on Open Your Eyes and start your morning right.
Watch The Truth of God with Pastor Gino Jennings of the First Church of Our Lord Jesus Christ every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. exclusively on Greater Belize Media. The Truth of God with Pastor Gino Jennings every Sunday at 8 a.m. on Greater Belize Media.
Top officials from Belize and Mexico's state of Quintana Roo came together in Belize City on Thursday, signaling a renewed push to deepen cross-border cooperation and drive regional growth. The meeting zeroed in on updating a long-standing memorandum of understanding, with discussions centered on boosting investment, coordinating industrial development, and strengthening links between Belize's transportation system and Mexico's ambitious Tren Maya project. Here's more on what came out of that meeting.
Our two nations are bound not only by geography, but by cultural exchanges, friendship, and shared aspirations. The ties that unite us beyond borders, they are rooted in mutual respect, cooperation, and a vision of prosperity for both our nations.
Our district, sharing close ties with our neighbors across the border, is not merely a geographic point of connection. It is a living example of the deep social, cultural, and economic bond that unite Belize and Quintana Roo. So today's meeting is not just timely, it is very, very necessary.
Hundreds of Belizeans living in Houston, Texas, and surrounding areas are now officially Belizean passport holders after claiming their birthright during a pass-back ceremony. Prime Minister John Briceño and Immigration Minister Karim Musa personally handed over the documents, marking a milestone moment for the Belizean diaspora. Minister Musa says more than 300 Belizeans received passports, nationality certificates, and citizenship documents by descent. The initiative forms part of a wider government push to strengthen ties with Belizeans abroad and bring essential immigration services closer to home. Officials add that the program not only supports citizens overseas, but also promotes continued engagement and investment in Belize. Earlier today, we spoke with Immigration Minister Karim Musa by telephone from Houston.
We're pleased to report that we are having our pass-back ceremony here in Houston, and we have a very special treat for all the Belizeans that live in Houston and the surrounding areas, because we have been joined by our Prime Minister. I don't know where he gets the energy from after 3 days of being in the house, but here we are today in Houston servicing some 300 Belizeans, providing a renewal of their passports, nationality certificates, certificates by descent. So many people all across Houston, they're excited for this opportunity because their children get to have nationality certificates by virtue of descent. We appreciate what they do for Belize in so many ways. And when you speak to Belizeans over here, they all say one thing: Belize is our home. We want to go back to Belize. We want to invest in the Belize, and we want to continue to support our families back in Belize in whatever way we can. And so this is all part of a very important network that we are fostering with our diaspora community. I believe this coming August there may be some outreach that we're doing in Chicago, and thereafter planning other destinations as well. And it's very important for us to note, because I know a lot of everybody is worried, is this something that's costing the government? As a matter of fact, it's revenue positive. We're actually earning money for Belize.
More help is coming for families who need it most. The government is expanding Belize's Boost program, bringing new funding to extended support to more low-income households across the country. Boost offers cash assistance while keeping children in school and families connected to basic health care. It supports parents, seniors, and people with disabilities, not just with short-term relief, but with tools to break the cycle of poverty. Human Development Minister Tea Garcia Ramirez says the expansion will allow the ministry to reach a wider group of vulnerable Belizeans as economic pressures persist. The goal, officials say, is simple: no family left behind.
We're very excited that this government was able to expand Boost from 3 to 5 million, and that will allow us to take on very many more clients. It depends on the number of clients, because obviously when they're individual clients. So for example, the single mom who's a single mom of 5, we may have the 5 children are the clients then. So that's one family, but it's 5 clients, as opposed to maybe an elder who is only themselves, so it depends how many clients, and to see where we can best help people in need. Obviously, everywhere, every country, the needs are far greater than the resources, but we ensure and we try to give some level of support to people that come in, to all people that come in, and try to meet their needs as best as we can.
Up next, Punta Gorda spotlights women in business, hosting an expo to boost, connect, and celebrate local entrepreneurs.
Every connection we make is more than just a signal. It's a student unlocking a future through digital education. A young mind daring to dream bigger. Our culture shared with the world in real time. And everyday heroes answering the call of civic duty. When we connect with Digi, we empower Belize.
When you step off the edge.
Too late to back out now. He said I'm ready. No, I'm not.
And land somewhere unexpected. Sometimes it breaks you open. Wild at root?
That is very bitter.
But sweet on the tongue. Where history calls out and you answer with open arms. This isn't just a journey. It's across borders.
That was amazing!
The future is calling. Belize Bank. Your future, our commitment.
Connection isn't something you switch on. It's something you build together.
Connected through culture.
Culture isn't preserved in silence. It's kept alive through participation.
Connected through education.
Education doesn't always look like a classroom. Sometimes it looks like someone taking the time to teach and someone else choosing to learn.
Connected through sports.
Before the wins, before the applause, there's belonging. Here, young people learn more than how to play. They learn how to stand together.
Connected through community.
Community isn't a campaign, it's showing up. Not once, but every time it matters.
Connected through you.
Behind every connection is a person who cares. People who listen. People who stay. We don't just connect services, we connect you to your world.
Connected through every chapter.
Smart, bringing people together.
Women entrepreneurs take the spotlight this weekend in Punta Gorda. More than 35 businesswomen from across southern Belize will showcase their products and services at the second annual Punta Gorda Women in Business Expo, happening tomorrow at Central Park. Organized by the Punta Gorda Town Council and its partners, the expo gives women a platform to grow their businesses, connect with customers, and build strong professional networks. Town Councillor Indira Coleman says the event highlights women's roles in the local economy, while Outstanding Young Woman awardee Khalij Pop calls it a powerful opportunity for inspiration and empowerment. We spoke with both women about what to expect and why this expo matters for the community.
The core of our work through the Punta Gorda Town Council and our partner groups is economic empowerment. We focus on bridging gap for women, especially in tourism, small business, and diaspora relations, to ensure that they have the tools to scale. But more than that, we are a support system. We believe that when you empower a woman in Toledo, you uplift the entire district. This year is massive. This is our second annual Women in Business Expo. We have over 35 diverse participants showcasing everything from the intricate hand-woven hammocks of Rondai handmade harmony to cultural mastery of Iseni projects. So it's a full spectrum of Belizean innovation. We'll be at the Central Park on Saturday, March 28th from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Admission is free, the energy is high, and the talent is unmatched. So we're asking you to come out and support women who are building the new Belize.
I expect to see a lot of strong and inspirational women who have proved that we can build successful lives right here in our home district. I am a guest speaker for the event, and I plan to share a little bit about my story and what it took to get me here. So I think that is something that you should be excited to see. And I believe that it's an event that women especially and young girls should attend so they can learn more, be inspired, and see what it's like.
The country's toughest woman in uniform wrapped up one of the most grueling competition in Belize earlier today. It's the 10th annual Wonder Woman Challenge, 3 days of extreme physical and mental tests designed for the nation's elite female officers. And this year, after a fierce back and forth, the Belize Defense Force emerged victorious. News 5's Paul Lopez reports.
Cheers rang out for 3 straight days as teams from the Belize Coast Guard, Police Department and Defense Force pushed their limits in the 2026 Wonder Woman Challenge. The annual event held at the Coast Guard headquarters marked its 10th anniversary, and organizers say this year delivered the fiercest competition yet. Vice Commandant Alma Pinello says the women continue to raise the bar, and 2026 proved it.
I'm very excited, very amped up, very motivated. Everybody wants to win, so the energy is high. I've been getting a lot of, we'll obliterate you from our former commandant, and so the energy is really high. We're very excited.
The Wonder Woman Challenge reflects the real-life operational demands faced by women serving in Belize's law enforcement agencies. Participants tackled the Coast Guard physical fitness test, a 1-mile ocean swim and 2-mile run combo, all on the first day.
We're expecting that Coast Guard will take the win, but it's a competitive energy right now this morning. Everybody wants to know who will be the winner for this overall competition.
Day 2 features a grueling 6-mile run followed by a Coast Guard medley, combining endurance challenges with tactical obstacle courses.
When we started, we had a plan, but when we were coming on the way, the plan didn't work. We had to push. I was a pacer, but it didn't work. I had to go back and pull one of my teammates back because I know we can't fall back. In the end, I cried because today made it 3 months that my mom passed away, and I know she's proud of me, so.
Heavy rain pounded the course during the 6-mile run, but the women powered through. And day 3 was all about the march and shoot at sunrise, which tested precision and stamina. The Coast Guard Crucible was the final challenge, and it is considered the most punishing challenge of the entire competition.
This year, like what I said, I came here to take back the crown. What is meant for BDF is meant for BDF. So we came here, and it was a walk in the park for us. So I can't say none of us are injured, and none of us are tired. Yes, you get exhausted in between, but after that you still got energy to go and go and go. So I'm very excited.
Going into the final day, the Belize Defense Force held the lead. BDF soldiers, known for their endurance and heavy training, kept their momentum and ultimately secured the 2026 Wonder Woman Championship title.
I always praying for my team as well. I'm not just for me, but for my team. I always ask God, you know what, please look after my females. I really love my females, and I want you to cover them with your wings.
Security is changing, and security is such a vast career now that being able to prepare yourselves, you need to be strong mentally, physically, and, spiritually healthy. But at the same time, there's so much that you can do as a servicewoman now.
10 years strong, the Wonder Woman Challenge is still putting the spotlight on the grit, leadership, and unstoppable spirit of Belize's women in uniform. Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
Before we leave you, here's tonight's viewer's voice. On our first story, Herrera calls fuel tax spike unconscionable. Andre Augustus Pitts commented, "The government's take should be fixed. When global prices increase, it should be proportionate solely to that, not increased compounded with an increase of the dollar value of the combined taxes." Turning to PM delivers passport and nationality documents to Belizeans abroad. LeBron Stanford commented, "I will give credit where credit is due. This administration is doing a lot to unite the Belize diaspora. They really are." And finally, on Wonder Woman Challenge marks 10 years of grit and competition. Gail Thompson shared, "Congratulations to all you courageous ladies of the military. Keep shining as examples to our young ladies." Thank you for engaging with us online. Your voices shape the national conversation. Keep those comments coming, and we'll continue to feature them right here. And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at greaterbelize.com, on our Facebook, and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us here at News 5, have a happy and safe weekend. Good night.